Madelines Madeline is about a teenage girl struggling with mental illness, and she's involved in a theater group that's rehearsing a play, and her mom is played by Miranda July, and so you kind of see her in her home life and how she struggles to kind of keep everything together, and then you see her in the play environment where the director's played by Molly Parker, and slowly throughout the movie you kind of realize that the director is co-opting Madeline's story and involving it into the theater piece that she's creating. So it's sort of about, you know, Madeline's mental problems, but also how she kind of takes back her own narrative. Josephine's very interested in breaking normal constructs of like cinematic language. So we really wanted the focal plane to just be something that was super abstract. And so we wanted you to kind of feel the interior space of Madeline's mind through the visual language. And especially when she's kind of struggling more with her own reality, we wanted the image to kind of feel very disorienting because you don't feel the same grounding as a lot of optics, I think. It's very much dissected and kind of, I always say like the image bleeds on that film a lot. So we shot on the AMIRA. I really looked for a lens set that I knew the depth of field would be quite shallow. So I went with the Canon K35s and kind of got like an older set that had more lens aberrations and optical flaws, and sort of wanted to like exploit that and work with it. There's a part in the film where you really start to realize that she is deeply struggling with like some interior demons. And so the whole thing was kind of shot on its side with different colors and the sort of, you know, melty image. But it's really like the part in the movie where you're feeling the most for her because you see how much she's struggling. You see her like lose a hero, and that becomes its own death. That was a scene in the movie that I felt quite connected to because you just feel like a lot for this teenage girl. The Miseducation of Cameron Post stars Chloe Moretz as Cameron. She comes from a religious family that discovers that she's gay and sends her to a gay conversion therapy camp. For me, I'm deeply invested in like cinema that can speak to teenage girls in an elevated way that doesn't talk down to them. We wanted the visuals of the film to kind of feel like you're in an institution yourself. So it's very limited palette for most of the film, beige and dark blues. And you kind of feel like this loss of personality when she enters this space. So yeah, we wanted you to also feel a little bit trapped. One person who I always go back to for lighting is Kieslowski in all of his films, and just kind of like, you know, because I always think that his films are like elevated naturalism as well, but like you don't know what separates them and makes them so beautiful, but they're just present in a way that you can't always pinpoint. And you know, he very much uses lighter source or brighter sources in the background for darker scenes to kind of make the foreground feel darker. So there's a lot of like building spaces like that. Desiree is such a proficient actor's director. Like she's so incredible to watch work with a performance and kind of sculpt a performance, and she has like very strong opinions. So it's super fun to work with her because like she has such good taste, and so it was easy for us to kind of see eye to eye and like grow and build. And like, you know, some directors, if you show them something, they're like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's better, I don't know. And Desiree is very much like, no, this is not working, or yes, this is working, and she kind of knows the reasons why. And so it was a good collaboration for us because it was so fun to just watch her kind of take a performance and bring it to life.